Today, I want to talk about the three phases of living life and consider which phase are you living in, which phase do you want to live in, and which one would you love for your child?
Children are great by their very nature, and we have the privilege and responsibility of raising them. It can be challenging at times. Let's talk about it.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Armstrong. I'm a general and special education teacher. I homeschooled my own children for 5 years, and I talk about those things I've researched, studied, and applied both in the academic world and outside of the academic world to find those things that work best, that really help accelerate me, my children, and my students. Today, I want to talk about kind of three phases of life learning even. And that phase one, that phase we will find ourselves in is that pain and that suffering, right? Where we don't know what to do. We're feeling stuck. We are really struggling in a relationship, in progressing. And consider that for yourself and also where your child is. Are they experiencing, are you experiencing that pain and suffering in one area of your life, in multiple areas, pervasively? We all have go into that phase of pain and suffering at some time in our lives. And some of us, that's where um, we hang out a majority of the time. And how fun is that? Yeah, not very. So let's consider phase two. Phase two is where you have some relief, you have some comfort, and there's a lessening of that pain and that suffering. So we perceive that often as relief and comfort. Okay, I'm not in pain, so everything's really, really great then. But that's only phase two. And when I was struggling mentally and emotionally myself, and I was going to the psychologist, that's kind of where they helped me to get, which was that phase two. They helped me to lessen the pain. And so with the pain being less, then I felt, things were good. But then something would come up and I'd go back into that deeper pain. And I was so tired of going from phase one to phase two to phase one to phase two. But I didn't know any other way or any other thing to do. I mean, if you go to the psychologist, if are trying different programs and none of them change you enough, change my brain enough, my mind enough, my understanding enough to make a lasting change, then that seemed to increase the suffering for me. And I didn't want to go through another cycle of just being okay and suffering even deeper. And so I was really looking, how do I get to that next phase in life, which is that thrive? Because I knew if I could get myself there, then my children have a greater chance at that. And that is sometimes the struggle. I had actually given up on me and I was looking for something for my son. How can I help my son? Obviously, nothing works for me because I've tried all kinds of programs. I've gone to psychologists and I was in that phase where nothing works for me. So I actually, at that time, was not looking for myself. But I found a model that I thought would be really, really good for my son. And the person who was teaching that model said, well, the best thing you could do to help your son is to learn this model so you can help him with that. And hello, that's when I finally got it, that I can want it for my son. That's fantastic. But until I get it for myself, then I'm not able to help my children. And in this time, I was focused just on my son and not on some of the other things in my life. Uh, but phase 3 is thrive. And that's what I really wanted. Just being okay, being in less pain, just having some relief and some comfort. That wasn't enough for me. I wanted more. I wanted more for myself. I wanted more for my son. And um, and learning how my brain works allowed me to be able to change it in a permanent way that wasn't just relief, that wasn't just comfort. It was thriving. And when I'm thriving, guess what? There's no room for the pain. There's no room for the depression or the anxiety. Not that I don't sometimes get a little bit in there, but that little bit I have a totally different relationship with. Because now instead of going, oh no, here it comes, I'm going to be stuck there. When am I going to feel that relief again? It's like, oh, cool. What is it that I'm learning from this? And I can move out of it so much quicker. And so please reach out to me. You're welcome to attend one of my free workshops, or you can just reach out to me in a message directly, and I will be happy to talk to you a little bit more about this fulfill life yourself model that I teach. And so I look forward to hearing from you. And remember that children are great by their very natures, and that means so are we. And we have that privilege and that responsibility to teach them.
Hi friends, Cynthia Armstrong here. Thanks for joining us today. Please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so you can see when new videos come out, and like this one. It is such a responsibility and a challenge to raise great kids, and we are here to help you along that journey to make it as enjoyable and fun and fulfilling as possible. Please check out our website, www.raisinggreatkids.net, and I will leave that in the description below.